Alright guys, welcome back. This is my Jurassic Park build based more around the novel instead of the movie. Um, it's good in its own way. I like it. It's like I said, it's more of an open park, which is kind of what it seemed like it was what was envisioned by John Hammond in the book. So you have the helipad again, like in the other parks, but here, in the book, as soon as they get there, the Apatosauruses are lumbering around, coming through the fog. So as soon as you get there, you walk out through this park, you're encountering dinosaurs. No fences. They're right there for you to look at. And of course, in the game, the guests aren't quite as pleased with this idea as they are in the book. But that's just the way it is. This is novel Jurassic Park, okay? The Apatosauruses are not going to hurt you, people. Calm down. So that's what happens. You get off, you walk right through, you're walking right through the dinosaurs. As soon as you get off the helicopter, as soon as you're coming through and you're walking through the Apatosaur exhibit, or at least one of them. No fences. Then you get to the main visitor center area. You have a swimming pool area, safari lodge, visitor center. People are freaking out for no reason. Kind of annoying. There you go. Visitor center, security bunker, and just like in the novel, it's talked about how they put the fences up. And you see, this is why we need fences. You see? To keep the apatosaurs away from the guests when they're swimming. You don't want an apatosaur jumping in the swimming pool. So, no apatosaurs, you can't go swimming. Go away. You were not supposed to be. This is actually the first time I've ever seen that. Come all the way up here towards the visitor center like that. It's the only one. He's way out here by himself. His name should be Dopey. Land of the Lost reference. He's just out here like he's stuck in the fence. Good lord. Anyway. So you have the fencing around the visitor center area to protect it in case anything were to happen, which of course it's not going to happen. This park will never fail. And then you have the more mundane security pen that the velociraptors are in. It isn't just 3. What is it in the book? Like 8 or something like that? I think that's what I put in there. Yeah, it's 8. So, a lot of velociraptors. The movie had 3, but I think there were 8 in the book, so put 8 in the security pen, and it was just an electrified like chain link fence in the book. So nothing fancy, no big walls. That was all that was separating them from the velociraptors. We should have known that was a bad idea from the get-go. Again, it's maintenance shed, security bunker thing. And then we get to the Jurassic tour. Like I said, this is an open park, so I'm just going to show it to you before we take a tour of it. But this one, the thing I liked about the novel I did better is this is kind of more from the movie really, but from the novel as well, I can't pronounce the name from the book, but you know what I'm talking about, the Gallimimus, those type of dinosaurs. Struthies are in here. They have the hills and the plains for them, and you can kind of see the visitor center beyond it, just like in the movie. They were like, oh, we got to get through that hill and go to the fence, and the visitor center should be just over the side of that hill or that mountain or whatever. So I have that going. I like that a lot. It looks really good. And the tour is basically, for the most part, it's from what I remember from the book. When they start the tour in the book, this is the first animal they see when they go past them. That's the first thing they get a glimpse of. And then you go, because I had to modify, again, the limitations of the game, normally you would go right here first and you would see the Dilophosaurus. And in the book, they look down and they see them kind of by a river with rocks or whatever. And that's kind of what this paddock is supposed to be like, the Dilophosaurus. Of course, the limitation of the tour, we have to be on this side of the road in order to make it back. That's the thing about not being able to cross paths, which is just really freaking annoying. Another thing that they should modify with Jurassic Tour is you should be able to decide which side you want to start from. You always have to start from the right, and you got to end by coming back into the left. You should be able to flip it and change it, where if you want to start from the right, you can start from the right, and then, start from the left and then come back to the right. Because if I could do that, I could bring it out and do all this, and then go to the Dilophosaurus side first, and then when I came back, I wouldn't be skipping the order like in the book, but theoretically that's how the packs are lined up from the book. So you have the Highlands, And then you have the Dilophosaurus. And then I think in the book next they see the aviary that they're still working on. And they ask what is that or whatever, and they tell them, but you know it's not ready yet. So that's how the tour goes from there. And then you have the Triceratops, which are in here to themselves. And then you have the T-Rex paddock, which is really big. The one thing about this, yeah, pretty much all my Jurassic Park builds, as far as whenever I put the tour together, it's always rare to get a glimpse of the T-Rex and the Dilophosaurus as well usually. And the way this is built, I need to lower the terrain, because even when you take the tour and come back, unless they're right up against the fence, you can't really see down there to see them, which would be great. That's the kind of the goal would be to be able to look down and see them like they did in the book. But I either need to raise the path over here or lower this, because right now that's about all you're going to see when you go past. And so unless they're right up against the fence, you're not going to see them. But yeah, Triceratops would be next, and then would be the T-Rex, which, see, if he was there when you came by, that's perfect. He's never there for the tour, like I want him to be. Never there. Hardly ever see him up here at all. But that's where he's supposed to be for the tour. You would see the T-Rex on this side coming through, in theory. And then, again, no fences for the herbivores, keeping it more like a park, like just a prehistoric, environment. And you have more Apatosaurs over here, and there should be some Styracosaurus in here, and some Maiasaurus is around the area as well. They have free reign. Sometimes they're here, a lot of times they stay over here in the middle, this little area. Don't see them today, or they could be down here where the Stegosaurus is. And again, if we had the shale paintbrush, this is the perfect spot to paint shale. I'll try to make it look as rocky as possible. In the novel, the Stegosaurus are in a rocky area, and they're eating the rocks, the big gizzard stones or whatever they call them, to help digest. And so this is what this is supposed to be. You're down at the end of the map, end of the tour, pretty much, where the Stegosaurus are, and they're down here looking for rocks to eat to help them digest their food. So that's where the Stegosaurus is, and they're going through that area right now. And there they are, and there are the Mayas. Right there. And I pretty much only put dinosaurs in the novel one that were in the book, which weren't a lot, if you actually go by the book. There are some that, we don't actually have. Like in the book, all they say is Hadrosaurs, so I'm just going with Maiasaurus. Maiasaura. I'd have to look. They might say Maiasaur, but I think it just says Hadrosaurus. I'd have to look again. But that's the closest we have, so that's all we have with them. Triceratops, Styracosaurus, Apatosaurus, T-Rex, and the Velociraptors. And that's pretty much all they had in the park, other than the compies that I can think of off the top of my head. They didn't have a lot. And the Dilophosaurus, of course. They didn't have a lot. So, this is my my novel-based Jurassic Park version. And if we can get a tour started, or to start pretty soon from the beginning, we'll sit back and take a ride through that. And in this one, it does go past the Rex paddock twice on both sides. Just because, like I said, it's very rare that he's actually up here, where you can see it when you first passed. So the tour loops around and comes back through here and goes back on the other side of the Rex paddock on the way back. So hopefully, yeah, you have two chances to see it. Sometimes you don't see it at all, but there's two chances. There is a pesky goat, and the goats will mess up the tour vehicles. And there is one that's stuck out here because the Rex paddock did extend way out here, but I had to cut it off. I didn't want the tour vehicle just to go right through the paddock. So that's why I have goats that I'm stuck with until I let the Rex eat them or put something. I gotta put something over there. The Apatosaurs are still scaring the guests. I wonder if the other guy's still over here. Well, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone back. That's good. Another thing I wish they would add is they don't show the tour vehicles. All they show is Ranger Jeeps. And I know it's probably built around on the same mechanic as a gyrosphere, and it doesn't show gyrospheres, but I think it should show those things. It'd be nice if, like J-Pog, they could get broken down, or something would happen to either want the gyro or the tour truck, and you'd have to go rescue the people, or airlift the vehicle or the gyro out of there. And it would just be nice to see where they're at. So if you wanted to jump in and click on them and jump in and ride them, you would know where they were. So as of right now, they don't have that added in, which kind of sucks. Come on. We need another tour to start. Look at this. Well, you know, the tour to start. The Rex is actually here perfectly, which I've never had happen so far playing this game. As soon as we start, he's going to disappear. Come on, game. Look at all those people coming in there. You gotta get a truck started. Gotta get a truck started.
Siéntanse como verdaderos guardas del parque y disfruten del recorrido jurásico en uno de nuestros vehículos 4x4.
There we go. That did it.
Welcome to the Jurassic Tour. Travel back in time with us and witness the awesome land of the dinosaurs.
Here we go. It's about the best I can do at the moment, or how it would be in the book.
Please do not feed the dinosaurs. The large bony frill and 3 horns serve to make Triceratops one of the best-known dinosaurs, and this makes her a popular attraction.
That was set up perfectly. You know, the audio tour is hit or miss. Like sometimes it'll do it before you get there, sometimes after you pass the dinosaur, sometimes right when you see it. But that was perfect because the way it did it before you even see it, it just kind of set it up. Sometimes this game is much better.
Triceratops lived at the same time as T-Rex. They were mortal enemies then, and they remain so to this day.
Well, the Rex is still actually out. Might get to see the Rex after all. At least briefly.
Please make sure that you listen carefully to any safety announcements or instructions from staff. This tour can encounter difficult terrain, and you must keep your seatbelt fastened until the ride is complete.
The game works good like this, and you actually see it. I mean, it really makes you feel like it's a real zoo, like a real park, like Hammond would have intended. Because I have noticed from the gameplay, a lot of times the dinosaurs, they will come towards the tour vehicle, whether they're in the fence with them or not. They do seem to be attracted to it from time to time. They'll follow it around and then walk right towards it, which is pretty cool.
Want to remember the experience of a lifetime? Then make sure you capture that perfect dinosaur selfie. For your safety, keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Dinosaurs will often congregate around feeders and water sources. Some dinosaur species are naturally shy and may be hiding in nearby forests. Some dinosaurs are shy and prefer the cover offered by the forest, so may not be visible, but they can see, hear, and smell you. for instructions from staff.
I really like this park build. I think it really does capture.
Maiasaura means good mother lizard, in reference to the first finds of nests and young.
Yeah. I think it really does capture the feel, like, of what the book wanted, if it were to be completed. Just a biological, like, park, preserve. These animals not in fences really. Most of them all out running free. You can take the tour. It'll be perfectly fine. No fences for most of them. And the only ones that are fenced off are the trikes, the Dilophosaurus, and the Rex. Everything else is completely free and open. The galaxy stuff are too.
Ranger teams look after a dinosaur's health by providing specialized medical care and restocking feeders for a nutritionally balanced diet.
This is the back end of the Rex paddock. Daggone goats. Hopefully we don't mess anything up.
Sometimes it is necessary to transport a dinosaur to another enclosure or to the mainland. Such actions are taken by the highly trained ACU teams. Do not feed the dinosaurs. Remain seated for the duration of the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised that our weather forecasts predict an incoming storm. storm warning level has been raised. If she opens her frill, you'd better be inside a gyrosphere.
Well, that's protected in this truck. But if we were in the Safari Explorer, trucks, we would be well protected behind the glass windows.
Every dinosaur you see represents countless hours of meticulous work from a wide-ranging team, including geneticists, handlers, and scientists. Ladies and gentlemen, the weather conditions have started to pass. Species of dinosaur have different requirements for care. We put their needs first and develop bespoke approaches for each species. Want something memorable to take home with you? Souvenirs are available to purchase at the gift shop. Has large eyes and no teeth, but with 4 limbs and longer claws than other genera of its type.
Moving in herds. They do move in herds. Except for him.
Want to remember the experience of a lifetime? Then make sure you capture that perfect dinosaur selfie.
There we go, folks. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Really proud of my Jurassic Park map build. It's pretty good. pretty good tour. Pretty good. There we have it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and show off some other park builds and some other videos. I have Jurassic World, I have Jurassic Park San Diego, so I'm going to break them out and show those ones off when I get a chance. Thanks for watching.